Welcome, everybody, to an NA showdown. We get to see Nouns versus TSM, which we've seen a million times in the NADPC, unless you didn't watch the NADPC.
Oh, we've been casting a decent amount of it together. Yeah, the bragging rights, and the title of best NA team this tournament.
1v2 is going to be accompanied by Tomato, but Yamsen is here. That's a 3 versus 1. Whitemon likely will get first blood as the blood grenade is there as well. A couple more right clicks will suffice, and Yamsen for Nouns will get first blood. It looks like Bryle's going to be able to get a nice juicy regen, but he's going to take a magnetize for his efforts. The level advantage you can see is going to Gunnar thanks to those denies. TP from Whitemon is here. It's a 1 versus 2. Turning around onto Gunnar. Looks like it's their kill for the taking, and Bryle will get credit for it. Nice turnaround there from TSM.
Bottom tower is under attack.
One of my favorite ags in the game, actually, SyndereN. I know you're not a huge fan, but I actually love this one.
We have different tastes.
Yeah, that is true. Mo.
That's what Dota's all about.
He was initially slow, but he's going to use his primal split. And Whitemon might be the main one to go down here, but they get the lift on the Tomato. Gunner's there as well, not able to connect on the rolling boulder, though, as Bryle coming in as well. Looks like Yamsen might be dead, but a nice lift at the last moment onto the Pangolier. They will take out the Luna. So it's a 2 for 1. All they've lost is the support in the Nature's Prophet. Gunnar continuing on. The Magnetize just continuing over and over. Double kill for Gunnar. But now Kasane has shown up to play, level 9, trying to block out Gunnar, but gets a baby roll off. Continuing with these Quill Sprays. Gets off to the other side, then to the high ground. The Quill Sprays are in range, though, as Kasane secures a double kill. So a lot of deaths on both respective sides.
Eyeing up the Bloodstone in the shard, no surprise.
The one thing that we're going to have to hold your horses on, Sinners, we might actually have a fight here, is K1 is taking out some Ancients, but there's a smoke from TSM, Rolling Thunder from Bryle. They know that K1's in the area, gets silenced, and the Rolling Thunder should be enough with the right click.
Oh, and they stole the stack too, Kasane.
Indeed. Got
it with that Bristleback Ags usage, so.
Casual ensnare.
Nice little tickle war here, won by Kasane.
Airball. And he's going to use Song, which I believe
he can't TP out, though, because Dead Shot could connect on him at any point. He will run away, though. Tomato will kill Yamsen inside of now.
Yamsen does die, but is this going to be a turnaround? And it looks like it is, as Tomato gets killed on the bottom of the map. Very unfortunate for TSM, but a huge kill for Nouns.
Very good trade for Nouns there, the Penguin. The shard on Muerta is kind of a weird one if you're playing support.
Tomato already has his shard, actually.
Yeah.
Man, this man loves his... I mean, this is one of the few people that buys Glacier on Drow, for God's sake.
He's one of the few people playing Drow to begin with.
That's true. Really hoping for it here today, but instead it's going to be the Luna.
Okay, Gunnar.
Hold on by Gunnar, gets off the Magnetize with that blade now, doing so much damage. Now you kind of wish you had that Aegis onto the Luna. He's dead. And now you can see the Bristleback inside the calling, but Bryle's going to be chased right now with the Primal Split up, but there's the Overgrowth. Nice Dispel coming out from Moo, instantly getting rid of that. And now Whitemon completely surrounded, and Kasane really low, but again, he has the Aegis, so that's life number 1. The roll in with the Mystic Blade, it's enough to take out Ahri despite using that ult. Not going to help you too much. And can they kill the big bad Bristleback with that Bloodstone? Completely surrounded now. Pops it. Yeah, that's the wrong direction, my friend. A huge team fight win for Nouns.
Like running around the map with as Bristleback putting out fires feels terrible.
And Bryle is trying to get the stun lock onto Moo. The Eclipse to follow. Do they have the burst? They do. He does have buyback, though. And obviously not able to get that Primal Split up. That is a very big kill for TSM. The BKB already popped by Tomatoes. K1 going onto the Bristleback, and there's the buyback onto Moo.
Nice connection from Gunnar.
Really deep onto Tomato with the calling coming through as well, but Gunnar's going to roll on out for the time being. Looks like Nouns want to kind of reset and wait for their Brewmaster to catch up. The TSM now on the run as Bryle might be caught out. Thunderclap is there, and there's the Mystic Flare to finish him off. So Nouns trade essentially a buyback to kill off the mid laner for TSM.
Honestly, really good play call there from Gunnar. Even though the Brewmaster is dead, he identifies that Luna used the BKB in that kill.
Oh, Kasane, he's going to get kicked to the low ground. That is a Bristleback, so you have to be careful. Doing a lot of damage with that Quill Spray, but now he's surrounded. Has a Spirit Vessel applied, but he pops his Bloodstone. Now opting to go to the other side of the calling as TSM getting pursued by K1. He is not afraid.
Oh, that's not a good force step. He turned around.
Jumping onto the Treant inside the trees. As you can see, the Pango buying back into the game. It looks like the Treant Protector will die to start this fight. As K1 looking to maybe Song, but actually going to turn this around onto Tomato instead. That is a huge kill for Nouns. As K1 with an ensnare onto that Muerta, and that's another easy kill for Nouns as Kasane coming back into the fray. He's kind of left all alone, but Bryle has his Rolling Thunder up again, using that Blink Dagger to good effect to keep K1 on the back line, but there's the song to keep the Bristleback in place. And Bryle might just have to Rolling Thunder away as they leave their Bristleback to die. So Kasane drops a huge team fight win for Nouns.
And how important it is to keep rolling.
That's right, keep on rolling.
Yep.
This one will be the Aghanim Scepter if it's kept on the day.
Gunnar has a really good positioning here, but they actually sent the Brewmaster mid. So Muas travels level 2. So again, they're playing into this whole mindset of our lineup is
Gunnar.
really good. Okay.
He's going to have to kick Kasane away.
Oh, he will. And this is how Nouns are going to set up for Roche. They're going to have Move push mid and use his split probably to force them to come back. And I think TSM, the clock is ticking right now. You kind of have to commit for this Roche now. If you're timid about this, you're going to be forced back. You see Nature's Prophet now connecting mid as well. Just these travels to Nature's Prophet teleport. It's really threatening.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder from Bryle trying to hold off on K1. He's already half HP. Pops his BKB though. Now maybe the focus is on Lelis. A little bit easier of a kill. Pops his Ghost Scepter, but there is the song. She's going to give space for Lelis to get away, but you can see in their base they're actually starting to siege now. Fortifications popped on the side of TSM. Still no Primal Split used. That's when you have to really worry if you're TSM, but Bryle TPing away already, so that likely means that Nouns will back away, be able to get this Roshan for themselves.
Oh, they want more heroes to come back.
Yeah, they get the tier 3. You can see the Primal Split already used, and now that racks are exposed.
Why did they instantly cancel it there?
Oh, that's true.
Was that a misclick?
I don't know. That might cost him, though, as Bryle getting a nice swashbuckle onto Yamsen. Will die inside his own Sprout. Oh, will barely get away.
Almost complete, I do believe.
Yeah.
Actually complete, I do believe.
I do believe you are correct.
And level 25, so...
Okay, one. You get dead shot, but we'll be able to walk away as illusions. Just a constant nuisance on the map for TSM. As Kasane, he's starting to run out of room in his inventory. He's actually maybe going for a Radiance, I believe. As Whitemon getting gone on by the Brew. Not able to get his ult off quite yet. Continuing to get silenced. There's a lot of damage being applied to Mu. Is this going to be enough to actually take him out? Getting up to the other side and finally gets off his ult. And that is a lift onto the Brewmaster. As you can see, the kick in. Tomato in a lot of trouble. Surrounded, pops his BKB. Trying to focus now on the Brewlings. None of them will die quite yet. Uses the Eclipse finally. Most of the focus now onto Yamsen, who actually gets away. And now the Song of Siren from K1, holding everybody in place. Looks like the Train Protector is going to be the first to fall as Tomato. Trying to focus down Mu again, who will somehow live the Sprout. Just continuing to be a thorn in the side of TSM, who've already lost 2, including the likes of Bryle. Lots of close sprays being applied to the Naga Siren. Gunnar getting the double kill for now. Rolling onto Tomato. Lots of damage being applied. He's going to get the lockdown on him and likely will fall as well. A triple kill for Gunnar as K1 doing his thing against the Bristle, just keeping him consistently rooted. I mean, this is a very frustrating game for Kasane. He can't do much because he is the last remaining member of TSM. He's going to get kicked as a stone form. Do they even have the damage at this point to deal with him? We'll see. Might just walk back to base the old-fashioned way. The K1, another kick back. Kasane,
I love
the buildings being taken by Mu in the meantime. Just keep the Bristleback away from his base. They'll be able to take out all their barracks as a result. Another roll in. Most annoying heroes to deal with if you're a Bristle. Can he get back to his base? They're just ignoring him. He's doing absolutely nothing. Mu has a Primal Split available again, and now we'll focus down the second set of racks. Another lift up onto the Bristleback. Can you even play Dota this game? Kasane feels so bad for him. 2 sets of racks now will be secured for the signs of Nouns. And still, no Luna in sight for 40 seconds. Bristleback is not a hero in this fight, SyndereN.
It was really funny to see, you know, the cogs turning in the brain of K1. He's like fighting the Bristle for 20 seconds. He's like, all right, whatever. He just runs away from a 5v1 to start pushing the base.
TSM have actually ventured off to...
Oh, he saw it now. He's like, he was looking at his screen. I was like, why do we have vision here, guys? Oh, right, I had a gem.
Maybe he just assumed they picked it up.
Gunnar on the hunt.
Yeah, Gunnar wants to find somebody. Muerta popping the ult, getting a nice silence. Onto the Nature's Prophet. You can see TSM on the other side of the cliff here, but it's not going to matter for R as he dies straight up. So that's a 5v4 now. Bristleback. Yep, he's stuck inside a Sprout. We'll just assume for the rest of this fight that he will not be taking any damage and will not be dying as well. Although, Nouns perhaps wanting to actually kill him this time? No. They remember the previous fight. Still a tier 2 in the bot lane. And the gem is still there indeed. Kasane Even a point in talking about this right now. Okay, Yamsen making his presence known. They're actually doing quite a bit of damage this time. Whitemon in the vicinity. Bryle with the Rolling Thunder coming in as well. And Bristleback is living again. And now the song being used in more defensive measure than anything is Gunnar popping his BKB as well as K1. Bryle. Rolling Thunder has now ended, trying to do as much damage to the Brewlings as he can, but they're still going to survive as Tomato trying to TP out. He will be able to get away with a sliver of HP, and guess what? Kasane still very healthy, but no, they finally break him. Must be a Silver Edge on the side of
Auto died in base to Bloodthorn.
What if the cheese is so big it just turns you lactose intolerant? And that's an aura around you.
So that's another comeback mechanic for the losing team.
Yeah, it's a bad victory. That's correct.
You have the best ideas.
They're hoarding too much net worth on their side, so it should punish them. Nobody wants to see that. It's 50K lead for Nouns.
Is that the biggest of this event?
Tomato. Is he going to turn into stone again? Gunnar looking for the potential connection. Here he's going to get stunned to top his BKB. Rolling Thunder not going to be doing too much as a result. Magnetize is there. Remember, this is undispellable now with that 25 talent. His move continuing onto the tier 4 towers. There's the Mystic Flare. So much damage inside to Tomato trying to stay alive. A nice overgrowth. This is enough to take out the Earth Spirit. Either way, he has the Aegis. Life number 1 down. Moo now focusing all his efforts onto that Luna. Will drop him, but that is just... Now that's actually be the buyback now as the Ancient is fully exposed. They can just right-click that to their heart's content as GG's will likely come out here any moment. Tomato getting extremely low. It's going to be a dieback for him. And they can't hold this any longer for TSM. So Nouns will take game number 1 in this best of 3 SyndereN.
Yep.
And what a display it was. Eventually they will hit that Ancient and the game will end, and there we go.
They were waiting for everyone from TSM to type GG before they hit it.
Yeah,
they wanted to drag out every excruciating extra second of this victory. And yeah, they get there.
It's going to be Phoenix in the end and Muerta. Okay. We did call Phoenix for a really long time since the first phase, and a little surprised that TSM gets it in the end, because usually this hero is banned against them.
This is a worse Earth Spirit game, though, I would say, for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think this mid matchup is not as good as the one in the previous game.
That's first blood for Whitemon. Nicely done from TSM, as they are first on the board. Pretty normal mid laners.
Yeah, it's largely a wash. I think Primal might be slightly favored, but it's
good blocks there with the PL illusions from K1, but now Ari has come with that dive and slowing K1 perpetually. Blood Grenade is there as well, and Ari will get credit for that kill.
I think the right read on this game is, all right, guys, me jungle for, 30 minutes.
Jungle. Yamsen trying to go through the gate, but he's going to get caught off guard. His Brow's there with the Pulverize. Nice couple stacks here for TSM as we have a 2-man smoke from Nouns on their way bottom. And Tomato obviously the prized possession if they can get him. He's going to get slowed to start out. Is Gunnar going for the rolling boulder. He's going to get a nice little damage proc onto Whitemon and Tomato, but you can see Bryle has made his way over as well. Pop that illusion room, going for the Pulverize, and Lelis finally gets the cancellation thanks to that battery assault, but he's going to die inside his own cogs. But Bryle, this will be a very big kill for Nouns, and they'll take that trade any day if they can actually finish him off. Pops the uproar for the extra armor, but he does eventually drop to Gunnar and that Magnetize.
They are
Tomato
very
low. Blood Grenade popped by Whitemon. Tomato apparently still wants to fight. That's because he's an ancient apparition, which usually means a free kill, but a beautiful kick from Gunnar leads to 2 more deaths from TSM.
Deservedly so. I feel like Nouns are getting a lot of attention and a lot of praise from fans, because not only are they winning matchups that on paper are not favorable, but they pick cool stuff.
Lelis. Oh, he actually hook shots away, but Gunnar wants to go in. He's going to take a Primal Roar for his efforts. AA Blast is coming in. He's going to clip 2. Disruption there for the time being, and you can see Primal Beast has made his way over. Nice grave onto Gunnar. Can he stay alive for a longer period of time, though? They find the Shadow Demon to start, but there's the Trample and the Onslaught from Bryle to take their prized possession. And they're going to go for the Dazzle as well. So 2 core kills for TSM, and all they lose is the 5 Shadow Demon.
All right. They won the 5v4, so Dazzle Axe may yet be fine. You also know you're playing against Dazzle, so this is effectively a 3K net worth play.
Yeah.
You get 1,400 and they don't.
Nouns have an idea that this is happening. They have the Aghanim Scepter now online for the Clockwork. Kasane is going to get initiated on the AA Blast is coming. He Spirit Vessel as well. He does get off the Roar. Looks like he can find enough distance to get away for now. Hook shot again.
That's a good Hawk.
Destroy that Hawk. Destroy him now. Delicious meat for everyone. Looks like Gunnar's on a really far away from the rest of his team. Trying to get on Kasane, but he just dies.
He died to poisons, right? So if Shadow Demon was actually focusing on stacking camps or farming wherever his cores aren't, I think Whitemon could be looking at 2k more network.
Oh, the roll in. Will we have a kill in this game?
Here he comes.
Oh,
okay,
Gunnar really wants to find Kasane. He will kick him back into the Lotus Fountain, and K1 is doing damage to something that's not a creep. But he's going to try to get out of dodge now. He's not interested in fighting. He still wants more items to work with. Gets the Spirit Lance out as Tomato ready to do some damage here. No kill yet, ladies and gentlemen. Might have to wait a bit as Nouns resetting now. They forgot how to actually fight. Nice stun onto Mr. Earth Spirit, the Primal Roar to follow. A-Blast is coming, doing a nice amount of damage with the trample, but he's going to get graved. And Gunnar still being surrounded by Brown. Not sure if he can actually get away from this. As Tomato pops the ult, dealing so much damage to K1. Still doesn't have a kill or an assist, and now he has to run away in shame. Invisible right now. Nice hook shot with 2 in the cogs from Lelis. Beautifully done as the cheeses pop. Bryle is very healthy. We'll take a disarm there from that halberd. That's going to be 3 deaths for Nouns. They kill off everyone other than K1, and somehow the Ancient Apparition lives just to taunt us. And K1, he's not finished farming yet. Still needs a few more minutes, SyndereN.
What he identified in the last fight when he was halfway through it was, I can't kill a core. I need to kill supports first.
I think they want to contest this. AA Blast is coming. A bunch of illusions now from K1. It's going to get gone on by Bryle, who has that Aghanim Scepter, so the uproar, something you do have to worry about if you're Nouns. Pipe's going to dissipate here relatively shortly as Roche is at half HP. And K1 pretending to go in. He's going to get roared. Lincoln's broken. There's the roar. He's dead. 80 seconds of no PL. Not much difference in this game because he's not going to be hitting creeps at least. That's the big difference, but hasn't really been a PL this game, it feels like. As now Roche is available for TSM. You could wait 15 seconds to get the Ags, but they're not going to take the chance.
There's just no way around it. That's just a blunder. Like, he's going in. His teammates are nowhere near to save him. He is approaching his 25 talent. Do we have any of those? We do have the Muerta one. Magic resistance.
Yep, pretty
one of the
solid.
less
middle tower is under attack.
creative ones.
But very good. Bryle's going to be found out. A little onslaught to the other side. We're going to have a fight here. Whitemon's going to get some action with Gunnar as he puts himself in a very precarious spot. And Tomato's going to pop his ult and trying to delete Gunnar, but the Grave comes out just at the last moment. See if another Grave will come from Moo, if he even needs it on Gunnar, but they're going to lose the Shadow Demon from the TSM side first.
K1 got an assist!
Great job for K1 as Bryle trying to get away with that BKB. The pipe is still activated, so mitigating a lot of damage. Going to pop the cheese as well, so we'll live through the day. The first egg comes through, healing up Tomato. Kasane gets off the roar onto the newly minted 1 assist on the Phantom. Okay, Mr. Phantom Lancer, K1, trying to poke K1 from afar. See the Rocket players from the south as Gunnar is going to sheath mid-rolling boulder. Very weird fight, very segregated overall as K1 now focusing his efforts onto Ahri. Looks like that's going to be the kill as Gunnar now continuing the pressure as Kasane gets to the high ground. He's going to have buyback here potentially coming out as a big A blast comes in. Will hit Kasane, and somehow Nouns kill 4 heroes. I thought they forgot how to do that halfway through this game, but they've remembered. But they do lose a set of racks in the top.
Obviously not out of the woods yet. This is still an extremely close game, so this kind of teamfight win, while nice, isn't going to cut it for them, but it will open up for a bit more aggression, it seems. The confidence here to push in through bottom.
Oh, we're going to have a fight up top. Pulverize is there. AA Blast coming in. It's not really going to connect because Gunnar is already dead.
No Grave for him there. Dazzle is covering PL bottom.
Yeah, it's going to force a fortification. Going to have to come back to their base here pretty shortly. Doppelganger away potentially is Kasane. He's going to get some Axis action with those Drums of Slom going to work as well as Bryle. Nice onslaught. Can they find the correct Phantom Lancer? There's the Sheep to try to keep him at bay. Another Doppelganger onto the high ground. But no, K1's actually stuck in the low ground. He gets unlucky, but you can see the Primal Beast actually going for the wrong target. And now finally the Primal Roar.
They found him.
Sunray is there. K1, he is dead. No buyback on this Phantom Lancer. 100 seconds he has to wait. Back into the pit they go. And there the Muerta ult comes to fruition. And look at the damage. They're going to get some vision thanks to the rockets. But Roche has died, and TSM will claim the rewards that come with it. Gunnar and company, do they actually want to continue to fight this? They have all the vision in the world as Bryle's going to onslaught to the other side. Pops the uproar as well.
No ulti on
Tomato.
Huerta is a big deal here.
That's
You've
true.
got to be careful if you're TSM. You committed that to get that Roche kill. So now it's time to kite.
Continually being harassed by these illusions that seemingly never end. The roll in onto Ari. Can they take out the Phoenix before an egg can be consumed? But no, the disruption comes out. A blast is coming. An early grave on the Gunner just to make sure that he's okay. As Tomato doing a lot of damage from the high ground, but it looks like Gunner's going to die inside the pit. The AA dies as well, and Nouns will likely have to try to fall back. Only having 3 members available. 2 buybacks are there though for Nouns if they really want to use them.
The egg together, as a matter of fact, there if they would have popped everything on it, but
Okay, one trying to solo defend this for now. And Tomato and Kasane making, I would say, short work of the illusions. That wasn't really that easy. And now pounding on the tower. Can Nouns hold this? Again, they do have their buybacks intact, but don't want to use them if they don't have to. Tier 3 tower is dead. Sunray expended from TSM side.
this is
These illusions
so
never
obnoxious.
end.
I really feel for TSM here with pushing.
Oh, big pulverize coming in with a nice clockwork.
Oh, they got
Cancel that.
Kasane with it.
Kasane's deep inside the base, and he's dead. No Beastmaster. Could buy back as well. I'm sure most of the buybacks in this game are intact overall. Now, absolutely no mana whatsoever on Bryle, and he gets destroyed. So not only do Nouns get 2 kills, they don't have to buy back to be able to hold that. We have a Divine Rapier on Tomato.
Well, we don't. We have it on his courier.
His courier has Divine Rapier. That is a powerful courier.
There it comes. What's he going to swap out? It's going to be the BKB and the Pike for now. Has to be quick on his inventory management.
Yes.
There's some really important items in his backpack
Are they going to
here.
give up this set of racks is the question. Again, TSM have both their buybacks, but they might just hold off on using them.
I think those 2 buybacks are worth more than 2 lanes. This late into the game,
Yeah, I
having
would
2
agree.
cores without buyback is extremely dangerous.
Tomato's Rapier will not be a surprise factor at all, as now K1 focusing on bottom. And it looks like you're right. They will be giving up 2 sets of racks. And we'll see what they can do with this Divine Rapier. Of course, still a minute and a half on that Aegis as K1 looking to pick a fight right now. Might just need to focus on the barracks and be happy with that. As the rocket flares come out, that is the overclock from the clockwork, as looks like they'll be able to defend this melee Rex in the end. 59 minutes and 20 seconds. Now we will start discussing tier 5 items.
Okay.
What's a good one, SyndereN?
Book of Shadows is insane against Beastmaster.
K1 has the Giant's Ring.
Oh, that's a big.
That's a juicy
That
boy.
is a big clock in bottom lane.
Very nice.
That is.
So 2 Giant's Rings.
Oh, baby, that is. He looks. I have never seen clock with this item actually. He looks menacing.
Push number 5.
So what?
And this age is pretty important for the likes of TSM, especially with that Divine Rapier, which we haven't gotten to see too much of yet.
I think TSM's hexes are equally important. They really need to find this Dazzle and just blast him. He has Lincoln's and Mirror Shield though, so good luck. But all right.
Oh, pulverized to start. AA blast is coming in from Yamsen. It's going to connect on the Primal Beast and pop the BKB. Gunner pops his own and jumps right in, gets the refresher up, but shortly after is Roar, but a nice grave from afar as Moo keeping him healthy, trying to get Op to the other side, but he's going to continue to get stunned.
Braved again.
Braved again, number 2, trying to roll out, but Kasane's body is just too thick to get through, and Gunner has died. We'll buy back and instantly try to TP here. Now big fight to Lelis inside the calling right now. The onslaught coming in from the Primal Beast is K1 continuing to do a lot of damage with these illusions. Doesn't want to get too far in his Tomato. Still available with that Divine Rapier. Now trying to focus all his efforts on a Gunner. He has his BKB again popped because he probably popped Ex Machina, which is a great movie, by the way. His Moo going to be able to get the grave off on himself. We'll get to the other side, and that's going to be the death of Gunner. Die back for him, and just like that, it's a 5 versus 4 for TSM. And we'll see if Nouns try to retreat in the process here as they lost their mid laner. Bryle gonna spot Yamsen, somehow lives on Ancient Apparition, just a miracle. See the Wind Waker onto Lelis. Trying to find an avenue to be able to get out. Looks like he will not be pursued any further despite being extremely thick, as mid lane has to be defended now. But knowing that that's a dieback, you have 90 seconds where you know for a fact it is 5 versus 4.
Clockwork Aegis. I wonder how many times that has happened at a TI. Probably less than 5.
Divine Rapier still there, and still no buyback, by the way.
Yeah, the bottom lane is
Tomato.
such a problem for TSM. They have to keep rotating heroes back to deal with this
K1.
A1 pressure. Lincoln's popped.
Okay.
Right, that's a full pulverize.
Force boots there. See TP's coming in from Kasane. He gets off the roar. Pulverize just lasts forever at this point. Trample doing a decent amount of damage, but now K1 can turn his efforts onto the rest of TSM because they can't tell who's real at this point. Looks like he's going to get to the other side.
Dispersed and ran left. They saw it, though.
Onto the Well of Eternity. Definitely not the real name, but we're going to coin it that now as the Lincolns has popped again. K1 onto the high ground he's trying to get. Of course, he can just walk through the terrain freely thanks to that Tier 5 item brought to you by Valve Software. K1 gets sheeped. Still pretty fast, but there's another pulverizer. Now Tomato with the Divine Rapier rips him a new one. 90 seconds of no PL, but buyback remains. Refresher Orb finally. We talked about that 20 minutes ago. Finally is a real item in his inventory. Very powerful on that hero. Bryle was poking bottom racks.
Is this going to be the time that TSM get a barracks?
I don't know. Hook shot in from Lel. There's the buyback onto K1. They have the Grave right now in the clockwork, but remember, he does have that Aegis intact. He's going to use the Refresher for himself. Going to go for a second roar as Tomato's going to have Refresher for himself as well. As they're being pursued onto the high ground, into the enemy triangle. There's the first egg, I do believe, as Tomato trying to save Kasane, but just dies to the illusions. Tomato now kind of sustain his ground. Has to be really careful. This is the Divine Rapier we're talking about. The disruption to keep him alive a little longer, but beautiful Kong. Tomato's dead. Divine Rapier on the deck. Who will pick it up? Whitemon gonna survive a little bit longer as Ari finally passes with pressure. There's the second egg, now being completely destroyed, and he is done so. No buyback available.
But you know, it's more fun, and Mu likes fun, so.
I mean, they don't know that there's no buyback on Muerta.
They're about to find out, because they're running straight down mid to try to force these buybacks. No buyback on Muerta, none on Phoenix.
Yeah, there's the first buyback. This onto Bryle. There's the fortification, likely the last of the game for TSM if they can't defend this. Still 50 seconds without 4, maybe even 5 heroes here. That is NA math at its best. K1 continuing with the illusion. There's already one Tier 4 tower down. I don't think there's going to be anything to stop him as Bryle trying to make one last defense, because if they lose here, they're out of TI. There's a Lotus Order applied to him. His Gunner's going to jump in with the BKB. Lelis getting a beautiful cogs onto Kasane. Cannot get off a roar as the Ancient is fully exposed. K1 looking to finish the job. He started farming the whole game, SyndereN, but now he finishes it in style as Nouns knock out their NA brethren and TSM from TI.
What a game. Oh my God, that was great. I mean, everything. It's one of those games where you're just like, imagine the mental toll. Nouns with a lineup that really thrives in that, right? Rockets everywhere, PL illusions everywhere, Dazzle hexing left, right, and center with his shard. Just the spam from Earth Spirit, Magnetize, Undispellable, and ultimately they do finally overwhelm TSM and close this one out. But